for Asia and Africa, Bangkok. We are here to identify weather and climate information requirements of various user sectors within Kerala so that we can prepare a proper climate action plan for the state. Over the last 5 years, Kerala has been repeatedly facing the vagaries of climate change. Therefore, it is of utmost importance that we act without any delay in tackling it effectively. Kerala lies in the extreme southwest of the Indian subcontinent, bordered by the Arabian Sea on the west and the Western Ghats on the east. We are a coastal state that experiences a tropical monsoon climate, with most parts of the state experiencing large amounts of rainfall during the monsoon seasons. We also experience hot summers, except over some southern parts, where the climate is tropical savanna with seasonally dry and hot summer weather. We receive substantial amounts of rainfall during the southwest monsoon season, with most parts of the state receiving 75 to 85% of the annual rainfall during this season alone. However, during the recent past, Kerala has experienced seasonal rainfall which is either substantially above or below the normal. Agricultural practices in the state and its traditions have been tied indelibly to the annual cycle of rainfall for several generations. For example, Onam, our national festival, is in many ways connected with the harvest that remains linked to our summer rains. Thus, seasons and climate immensely influence our way of life. As we all are aware, there is unequivocal evidence of the warming of global climate systems as global greenhouse gas emissions continue to rise. Extreme weather events are becoming increasingly frequent and more severe as a result of climate change and are threatening the lives and livelihoods of all, especially the poor and the vulnerable. As I have already mentioned, Kerala has been experiencing extreme weather events over the last few years. Severe floods and landslides have caused loss of lives, livelihoods, and properties. The scientific community has conclusively established that such frequent and intense extreme weather and climate events are triggered by changes in the global climate. It is our responsibility to mitigate the human inducement of such changes so that our struggles can be lessened. Developing countries like India are vulnerable to climate change because of our high dependency on climate sensitive sectors, our high exposure to climate related disasters, and our limited resources to cope with their impacts. Climate change challenges human development as it adversely impacts agricultural productivity, heightens water insecurity, increases exposure to extreme weather events, increases health risks, and stresses natural ecosystems and socio-economic systems. At the same time, better observational data, improved climate model simulations, faster computing systems, and new analysis in recent years have helped to improve our understanding of human influence on a wider range of climate variables, including weather and climate extremes. It is our duty to develop these avenues further in the interest of our society and its future. Responding to climate-related risks is challenging as it involves appropriate decision making in the midst of continuing uncertainties about the severity and timing of climate change impacts. Adaptation and mitigation choices in the near term will be major factors in the climate change risk management efforts throughout this century. Therefore, there is an urgent need to consider how impacts and risks related to climate change can be reduced and managed through adaptation and mitigation, while taking into consideration system vulnerabilities for sustainable development. The challenges created by climate change are complex and wide-ranging, and the process for dealing with them efficiently are still evolving. Under such circumstances, it is essential for us to accept that none of us have all the right answers at this point of time. It is crucial for all of us to ask and share what is important, what worked and what did not. Only then can we create robust solutions for the sectors that are sensitive to the climate while also being important for the well-being, safety and security of our society. For this, engagement and communication are essential, not only to share information, data, good practices and showcase successes, but also to understand priorities and shortcomings and to explore what lessons can be learned from them. It is important to focus on pieces of information that are essential for the users and for better decision making. Stakeholder management and communication are increasingly central to the effective management of climate risks. It is in this regard that this workshop assumes greater relevance. In this regard, I congratulate the ICCS team for taking such an initiative, and I suggest that the ICCS should take a lead role in integrating development policies, plans and programs at the state level and act as a think tank for the state in terms of research, technical support and capacity building in all facets of climate change challenges. I convey my best wishes for all the deliberations in the various upcoming technical sessions. I hope that there will be sustained and productive dialogue among producers of the climate change information and the climate services and the user community of the state, resulting in better collaboration among all stakeholders. Let me conclude by wishing this workshop all success. I am sure that the outcomes can give greater impetus to the state's future climate action plans. The Government of Kerala awaits the conclusions and recommendations of this workshop with anticipation. We will be happy to support new endeavors in this regard, especially those that will have positive impacts on the well-being of our society in general and the poor and underprivileged in particular. I officially declare the first Kerala State Climate Change Stakeholders Consultation Workshop open. Thank you.